fall asleep down here. Oh God, my throat. What is this? Jurassic Park, of course. It's always Jurassic Park. Okay. Did I really fall asleep in this basement? Man, I must have been tired last night. Okay. Wow. This place could use a clean. I might as well go check the computer. See what is up with my YouTube channel. Oh, that's right. I was looking at eBay stuff. Really hope that YouTube video hasn't exported yet, or has exported yet, because that would be really embarrassing. All right, here we are. Well, so we got shorts. No views 2 days ago. That means it's still going. Wait. Hello, everybody. Cooper here from Brooks.
Pause! What is that?
I look like I feel like I am but that doesn't matter because we hit 1,000 subscribers! I don't know if it's drainage or the cold or because it's starting to change into autumn or what it is, but my throat is killing me right now. It's just this constant like strain on my voice. It's like this burning sensation in my throat. I'm sorry if you can hear it in my voice. I'm sorry if I sound a little icky. My hair looks like absolute dog shit. So I apologize for that, but a promise is a promise. We hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm gonna show all of you my entire Jurassic Park collection. Yes, some of you believed I wouldn't do it. I don't know. Probably because I haven't posted in a while. But a promise is a promise. So we are going to take a look at all of this today. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Holy shit. How much money? How much money has been spent? Oh God. Oh. I can't even bear to look. Oh God. A humongous thank you for allowing me to get this far in YouTube and just allowing me to pursue my dreams of being a YouTuber and making you guys happy. That's all I've ever wanted to do. And just making content like this that I truly love making. You guys have given me that opportunity and I can't ever repay you. Also, I realized that this latch is open. Whoops. Let's start off with something a little less overwhelming. First of all, we got media right here. So first off, we have the book that started it all, Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park 25th Anniversary Edition. Now, this book, I love this book. I read it before, and oh my God, it is a good read. For anybody who's been thinking about reading the book, read the book. It is so, so, so good. I've just been recently rereading it last night, and oh my God, I forgot how gruesome it is when certain details in this book. I got to the part where everybody's on the jet and they're flying to Austin, Texas to pick up Ian Malcolm, and then they'll go to Costa Rica, but oh my God, this book is truly insane. It's a bit hefty. It's a bit of a thick book, but my God, is it worth it. I cannot stress enough, read this book. So next up, we have the Jurassic Park collection. This was released in, like 2015 when Jurassic World came out. It includes Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3 with bonus features. It's a 3-pack DVD. You can hear them wriggling around in there. So that's all 3 of the movies. They are awesome. Moving on to something a lot less awesome, we have Jurassic World on Blu-ray. Yes, I have it. And ew, it's in pretty bad condition, but I mean, I've got it, so might as well include it. I swear to God, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Next up, we have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom on DVD. Got this when it came out. Picked it up at the dollar store, actually, because I saw it, and I was like, Jurassic World! And I saw it on that TV over there. I watched it, and I was like, wow, this was not worth the $5. Next up, we have Jurassic World Evolution on PS4. This game is incredible. I love this game so much. It is pretty much all you could expect from a game where you build your own Jurassic World. It is so intricate, so complicated, and so wonderful. If anybody's thinking about picking up this game, I cannot stress enough, buy this game. It is so good. And lastly, we have an oldie but a goodie, Lego Jurassic World on Xbox 360. Back when my old Xbox 360 worked, I would play this game non-stop. I actually have it on Steam on my laptop over there, and I still play it to this day. It is so, so fun. It might be an old game, but my God, is it a good one. All right, so now that I've covered the other media, it is time to move on to the merchandise. How the hell am I going to tackle this? I'll try. Also, I already know it. I already know this is going to be a thing, so I'll just get it out of the way. Oh, Cooper, you preach and rant about the Kenner toys being so awesome, but I don't see a single Kenner dinosaur in your collection. What's the big idea? I had Kenner dinosaurs when I was a kid, but I loved them so much that they either got destroyed or they got lost when we moved to this house. I'm planning to buy a bunch of Kenner stuff for Christmas and then do an updated review of my collection with more Kenner stuff, obviously, and then probably start selling off a bunch of this Mattel stuff. But still, just thought I'd clear that up. Oh God, I feel like crap. Again, sorry if my voice sounds weird. I'm sick. I guess starting off with the action figures here, we've got the Series 1 humans from the first Jurassic Park. We've got Ellie Sattler here. We've got Robert Muldoon. We've got Alan Grant from Series 1. Again, looks nothing like Alan Grant. All these characters pretty much look nothing like the actors. Got Tim Murphy. It looks a bit like me, actually. We've got Dennis Nedry. Also, really cool figure because of that. His arms can come off. Both of them. Kind of gruesome for a kid's toy, but, it is what it is. And, of course, we're moving on to Series 2. We have Ian Malcolm. Now, I don't like this figure. Yes, a Kenner figure that I don't like. It almost sounds sacrilegious to say that. But my reasoning is because this figure is so freaking brittle. You can see he has a big hole in his chest. Also, you might notice that his body is weird and shiny. That's because before this review, I dropped him and he shattered into a million pieces, so I had to quickly run and glue him back together. I couldn't find that piece, so that's why there's just a hole in his chest. I had to let it dry, and then I could review this. I could start filming this video. So yeah, I don't really like this figure because it is really brittle and just really bad plastic. Kenner did not do a good job with this figure. It looks just like Jeff Goldblum, but not a good figure because it is so damn brittle. Everything else about it is pretty good, but man, it is just not a good figure for stability. So that's 1 point deducted from Kenner. I know, sounds crazy coming from me, but it's true. Anyway, we have Series 2. I grabbed the wrong figure. We have Series 2 Alan Grant. Now, when I was a kid, I always thought this was Donald Gennaro because of the gray. You know how Donald Gennaro has that gray suit in the movie, and he also still has the hat. So I always used this figure as Donald Gennaro when I was a kid until I found out it was just a buffed up Alan Grant. Next up, we have the only dino tracker I have, Jaws Jackson. Now, surprisingly enough, this was one of my favorite characters when I was a kid. I would always imagine him going into the woods, tracking down dinosaurs with T-Rex Turner. I don't have the T-Rex Turner figure anymore. Well, kind of, but it's not really T-Rex Turner. So, this guy was actually one of the only surviving toys from my childhood. This and one other thing. All these except for like 2, have been rebought because I played with them so hard when I was a kid, I managed to either lose them or break them. So, Jaws Jackson and I think one other is actually a surviving thing from my childhood, so good on that. Next up, we have Nick Van Owen with a hat. Now, there are variants of this figure where he doesn't have a hat, where he does have a hat, where he has a hat with green gloves, and where he doesn't have a hat with green gloves. Also, apparently there's a figure where he's ginger. I don't know what's going on with this figure, but apparently the multiverse has, diluted itself because there are so many different variants of this figure, it's unreal. I know for a fact that I had the hatless variant when I was a kid. When I was a kid, he actually didn't have the hat, and he actually looked more like Vince Vaughn, because if you look at that looks nothing like Vince Vaughn. But I actually had the hatless version when I was a kid, but again, I managed to destroy him when I was a kid because I played with him so much. Next up, we have the Lost World Ian Malcolm, a much better figure than this Ian Malcolm. This figure, sturdy. I really like this figure. I didn't have this figure as a kid, but, if I did, I would have loved it. There's some minor, paint scuffs on his goggles because he's been floating around in a storage box, but this figure is truly epic. Love this figure so much. Next up, we do have Eddie Carr. Again, looks nothing like Eddie Carr, but I think that's part of, the charm of Kenner. They look nothing like the movie, except for Jeff Goldblum, but they all have their distinguished colors, so you know who they are. They all have their sort of unique touch, so, that's part of the reason I like Kenner. This guy looks like sort of an Indiana Jones type character, because, I don't know, Kenner got creative. And then lastly, for the good guys of the Lost World, we have another Nick Van Owen. This one is high-hide Nick Van Owen, and this is actually one of my favorite figures in my collection. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's more accurate to the movie. Maybe it's because it looks exactly like Vince Vaughn, but I don't know. It just looks a lot like Vince Vaughn. It's really accurate to the movie with the darker color scheme, and I don't know. I just really like it. Next up, we got the villains of the Lost World. We got Roland Tembo with an accurate face sculpt and without hair, because there's a variant of this figure where he uses the T-Rex Turner head, which is inaccurate. We have Dieter Stark, which is the only Kenner figure from Jurassic Park to have waist articulation that I know of. We have Carter, from the dirt bike, where he rides a dirt bike. We have Carter. It's a shame he can't take the helmet off. And we have just a random, mercenary hunter from InGen as well. He came in like a 3-pack. It was wild. Next up, we have the only Chaos Effect figure that I have, Chaos Effect Ian Malcolm, who now looks nothing like Jeff Goldblum. I don't know what Kenner thought with that line, but it did not go over well. Also, this guy's really weird because he has a hole in his foot. I bought him off eBay, and he has a hole in his foot. Don't know why. Okay, now these two are special cases. These two are repaints of the Dino Trackers, but they aren't the same characters. So when I said I only have one Dino Tracker, that's what I meant. I kind of have all 3, but not really. This guy's from a repaint in 1999, and this guy's from Jurassic Park 3, so I don't know. Comment what you think, but I sort of have all 3 Dino Trackers, because this is T-Rex Turner, this is Harpoon Harrison, but they're repainted and they're not the same character, so it's weird. Next up, we have the Jurassic Park 3 people, which I really have problems with, because they made them so freaking small that it's just pathetic. Look at Alan Grant. Look at Alan Grant compared to the make room, compared to the original Alan Grant. What the hell happened? Did he go through the shrink machine? Did he Honey, I Shrunk Alan Grant? What the hell? He looks like a child. Tim Murphy, a literal child, is the same height as Alan Grant, a full-grown adult. In fact, I think he's actually a little bit taller. That is pathetic on Hasbro's part. I don't know why they made them so small, but apparently it was a trend, because every other Jurassic Park figure we've gotten has been 3 1/4 inches tall. I don't know why they did that, but they did. Ooh, this was the figure I was talking about. This and Jaws Jackson are the only 2 figures to have survived my childhood. Billy Brannon and Jaws Jackson. The only two to have survived my childhood. Normally, Billy Brannon can move his head. I'm trying right now. He cannot. That's because I broke his head off when I was a kid. You see his hair is crazy scuffed. There used to be like red markings on him. I had to wash that off. You could see his backpack is like painted brown when originally it was black. I had a hell of a time playing with this figure as a kid because Billy Brannon, believe it or not, was actually one of my favorite characters as a kid. So I would play with this guy all the time. And he and Jaws Jackson are the only two figures to have survived my childhood. Everything else is either new that I've bought recently or has been rebought because I broke it. You should have seen my original Robert Muldoon. You should have seen like my original Alan Grant. I've had to buy like 5 Ian Malcolms because they break so easily. Every other figure I have had to rebuy because I broke it when I was a kid or I lost it when we moved. These two figures are the only figures that have survived my childhood, so good on them. But it still doesn't excuse the fact that the Jurassic Park 3 figures are kind of crap. And then this guy was actually one of my favorite figures in my collection. You might be thinking, oh, but it's a Jurassic Park 3 figure. Yes, but it's also rare because this is the 2009 Desert Tracker Alan Grant, which came out in 2009 in like a Jurassic Park 2009 thing. And it was like exclusive at Toys R Us. And I saw this figure a lot in YouTube videos when I was a kid, first finding out about Jurassic Park. So this figure kind of had a mysterious allure to it, and now I have it, which is really humbling. So yeah, I just find it kind of cool that, you know, I have this figure now. Anyway, moving on to the final stretch of human figures that I have is Mattel, ranging from Legacy to, you know, Fallen Kingdom. You can see that I'm not the biggest collector of Mattel figures. Here we've got Owen Grady, Claire Dearing, this random guy, I forget his name, Zia. We have Legacy characters. We have Ellie Sattler, Alan Grant, John Hammond, and Dennis Nedry. Again, I don't really like Mattel figures. I'm more into Kenner, so that's what I primarily collect. And over here we have all their freaking accessories, which I'm not even going to try to go into. You can probably see them for yourself, but oh my god, this video's over budget anyway. Now, moving on to vehicles. Here is probably the coolest thing in my collection. For those of you who don't know, this is the Series 2 Jungle Explorer from Kenner. If you know what this is, you are probably screaming at your computers or your phones right now. If you don't know what this was a repaint of the Kenner Jungle Explorer, which I'm sure you all know about, that came out in Series 2. Only thing is, it didn't come out in Series 2. It was canceled. So, I found this guy on eBay who was selling one for like, I don't know, like, I think it was like $200. It was really steep, but I made the purchase because I saw it and I was like, no freaking way. It looks custom made. Like, well, obviously there's no way it's real because it was canceled. But I mean, look at the care. Look at the attention to detail. Like, even the hood opens, everything. He's painted the interior, you know. It looks amazing. It looks just like it does in those promotional pictures. This guy did a really good job. One of the wheels doesn't spin, though. That kind of sucks. But you can see it's a bit rough in some areas. But my god. Undoubtedly the coolest thing in my collection right there. Next up, we have the, I forgot what this is called, the ground tracker from The Lost World. This is basically the car that Eddie Carr uses to pull the trailers off the cliff in The Lost World. This is the third thing that has survived my childhood, and you can tell because it is absolutely destroyed. There used to be a gun on the side of that door. There used to be a blue net in between those metal hinges. That hole didn't used to be there. There used to be a gun. I've lost everything that went with this truck. It was from Jurassic Park 3. It still works, technically, you know, the firing mechanism. Well, when it wants to. It barely works. But yeah, you can tell that that thing was loved. It was one of the favorites because it is absolutely destroyed. Next up, we've had Dennis Nedry's Jeep from Mattel. We have this weird capture claw thing from Mattel Dominion. We have this Capture and Crush truck from Dominion also. You saw me review this truck back in the day. My review, it was pretty cool. We have the Gyrosphere Escape. Oops, sorry, Alan Grant. We have the Gyrosphere Escape truck, or Gyrosphere truck, I can't remember, from Fallen Kingdom. And speaking of gyrospheres, we've got two of them right here, the RC one and the regular one. 1, 2, 3 blues, 2 Dilophosaurs, and a bunch of Velociraptors, some ranging from like Legacy Collection to Camp Cretaceous to like Primal Attack. That one's from Dominion. I honestly have trouble keeping track. You might also see a bunch of these, you know, little hatchlings from Kenner scattered about the collection. Anyways, you've got the smaller sort of carnivorous animals right here. You've got the baby T-Rex right there. But you also have some herbivorous dinosaurs. You've got the Triceratops from Primal series, I believe, Primal Escape. And you've got this one from Dominion that I reviewed a while back. You've also got this Stegosaurus from Fallen Kingdom, which I actually still have from 2018. I've got these two Ankylosaurs. One's from Fallen Kingdom, and this one's from Dominion. And over here we have two pterosaurs. This is like a 12-inch basic pteranodon. You know, it's green, it doesn't do much. And this is the piece of shit, this is the Quetzalcoatlus from Dominion as well, so pretty cool. Coming back over here, this is another famous piece in my collection, one of my favorites. This is actually a custom painted Carnotaurus from Fallen Kingdom, painted to look like the Demon Carnotaurus from Kenner's Series 2 line. Also, I customized this figure myself, so I have myself to thank for this incredible custom. I made it myself a few months ago, and I'd say it looks pretty good. I mainly made this because I know I'll never actually get the Kenner Carnotaurus, because oh my god, it's expensive. Ceratosaurus from Jurassic Park 3. We have the Yangchuanosaurus or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. Also, did I mention this figure sucks? I hate this figure so much. It is the cheapest piece of crap I've seen from Mattel. Besides that, Albertosaurus from 2019, also pretty cheap, pretty dingy. Not really the best figure, dino damage, whatever. Baryonyx from Fallen Kingdom over here. Electronics are kind of dead on this one. I need to take them out probably. And we also have one of my favorite figures in my collection, the Therizinosaurus from Dominion. Now we are getting to the big boys, the big guns of my collection. First of all, we have this Jurassic World Dominion Allosaurus, which was my first review on this channel. We've got the Dino Damage over here, really cool feature. Love this figure. Also, we have this, you know, younger T-Rex, I think. It's marketed as a normal T-Rex, but it's smaller than ones like that, so it has to be younger. Also, Dino Damage works. Pretty cool. We have this, another T-Rex. I believe this is the Bull T-Rex from the Legacy Collection. Pretty cool. And we also have this, the Camp Cretaceous T-Rex, with actually its capture gear still intact. I took out the batteries on this one, but still pretty cool. And we also have the shitty Spinosaurus that was released by Kenner. Or not Kenner, Mattel. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I've actually used glue on the joint, so it's tighter, but usually this joint is stupid freaking loose, and it's super stupid. I had to use glue to make my joint tighter, so yeah, mine's actually fine. But do not waste your money on this figure. It is super loose. It is super crappy. It sucks. Quality control sucks. Now, in the home stretch, we have the Jurassic World Dominion Trash and Devour Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is actually one of the better figures from Mattel. The paint job is great. The action feature is great, and I really like it a lot. And of course, how could we forget my most recent addition to this collection, the Jurassic World Dominion Giganotosaurus. I got the Fallen Kingdom Mosasaurus. Have had this from 2018. You can tell because there's some scuffs on it from like being in a shipping container. It's a really cool figure. It's made of rubber and I like it a lot. And then finally, of all the dinosaurs, we have the Mattel Legacy Collection Brachiosaurus, and honestly, it dwarfs pretty much everything else in this collection. And then, the final piece of Jurassic media or merchandise in my collection, the Command Compound. I've lost just about everything with this set because this is actually the same one from my childhood. Surprising. But it's got the computer system. I was wrong. The computer system does not work. Oh dear.
That wasn't supposed to happen!
Okay, I ended up taking the batteries out of that because those electronics are ruined. Those electronics are totally screwed. But everything else about it works fine. You know, the roof still comes off, dino damage piece. Still got the fences. I also have this bit from Mattel. It's kind of cool. When dinosaurs ruled the earth. I like that banner. And also the front gate. I painted the doors to look more like, well, doors. Also, I have a bunch of stickers right here, if anybody cares about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my Jurassic Park collection. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. I said I was going to make a dedicated thank you video, but honestly, my phone is running out of storage, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to do that one separately. It might take a while because I am currently really sick and do not feel great at all. So I'm sorry if there's a bit of a delay on uploads. I'm just really sick. I feel like shit. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for wrapping it up so quickly, but I just really, I need to get in bed and just relax.